The mute groups, I do not like how the mute groups work in this. So the mute groups in this thing seems to be, or I should say, it is set up by the banks. So if you want to mute something, you need to make a decision when you're laying your samples and pick the pad group. So if I want to mute a bunch of samples in bank A, that's fine. So that's all 12 of the banks, all 12 of the pads in bank A can mute each other. And I can select which of those are in that mute group that actually do that job. So if I want the first 6 to mute each other, I can do that. Then the last 6 won't do that. That's totally fine. However, you can't have anything in bank A mute anything in bank B. That's rough. Not impossible, but that's rough. So that makes you really take some consideration in how you layer things out on the pads. That also means that I wouldn't be able to transfer things from the 1000 to the 500. Now that makes more sense because that sequence that I loaded in here came from the 1000 with all its sounds, and all it did was load the sounds. It didn't load the sequence at all because it can't understand that data because it doesn't function that way. That makes sense, which also makes me think that going the other way is probably going to be the same thing. I can load the sounds from the 500 into the 1000, but maybe not the sequence. That might also have a lot to do with the fact that the pads are laid out as 16 on the 1000 versus on the 500 is only 12 pads. So that's going to play into that as well, I think.